Well, good afternoon, good evening, good morning, good night, wherever you are tuning in from. As you know, this is Dr. Jacqueline King, the CEO and founder of Black Woman Empowered, and I'm here with my daughter. I say my daughter. This the business genius, Chanel Rose, and we're back. You know we're back, and you know what we're talking about. We haven't changed. She haven't changed the story. We're still talking about Christian women leveling up. And if you look across the bottom of the screen, you will see that you can now go to the website and click on I want more in 24. So you don't even have to remember the email anymore. Excuse me. So Chanel, how are you today, Queen?
Woo! I am doing my absolute best. Hello to y'all. Happy belated Thanksgiving. Hopefully your holiday was well. You rested. I sprinted through the marathon, and so I have a bit of a cold, but that's okay. So if you hear me being nasally, um, extend me a little bit of grace. Happy to be here, but a little bit of a struggle, y'all. A little bit of a struggle. Um, Actually, Dr. Jackie was just telling me like health is most important, and she's right. I definitely I gotta figure it out, y'all. Like I've been sick off and on since like June, and it seems like everything that comes out, I catch it. But I'm just like, I want to give it back. Okay, I want to give
Give
it
it back.
back.
Send it back to where it came from, girl.
Yes,
Oh,
ma'am.
they're coming in. Rose Parks. Hello, darling. Good morning. Let us know where you're tuning in from. We have Aljetta, Aretha, Lisa, Kalisha. Let's see, and Rosalie Pope. Go ahead and share the broadcast. And as you can see across the screen, down the bottom is our website. No longer do you have to type in the email to get to join the movement. You can go right to blackwomenempowered.org and click on I Want More in 2024. Good morning. Good morning. Where are you? Let us know where you're tuning in from. Okay, Denver. You got Denver in the house, and Maryland. Let's see, Los Angeles. Oh, Los Angeles, you up early. You must have had insomnia. I had it too last night. So so today, North Carolina, I'm from Greensboro. So New York City, the Big Apple in the house. Hey, hey, hey. So anyway, today we're going to talk about mind shifting your mind, because you know what? One thing I know for sure, if you want to level up or move forward or go to the top, sometimes you got to change the way you think. And one of the things that I always say is that a mind shift is actually the way you perceive and approach situations, challenges, troubles, how you see them. However you think they are, then that's what they turn out to be. If you think it's a negative about a situation, it's going to be a negative situation. You don't get to control it. You're controlling it with your mind. So you need to start shifting your mindset on everything that's not good for you, that's not bringing you success, that's not bringing you peace, that's not bringing you joy. You have to start shifting your mindset. Indianapolis in the house. I'm in Fort Wayne. Hey, good to see you. Canada. All right. Memphis is in the house. New Orleans and San Diego. Houston, Texas. All right. All right. So I'm gonna let you give your little take on what I just said there, Chanel.
Well, before we jump in, I'm trying to figure out. Oh, here it is. I was like, where are we live at? I found us. I found
We're
us.
live. We're live on several.
Yes, you know what? It's different because on the group page, it's at the very top. So I was like, where are we? All right, I got it. I got it. Hello again. Okay. So
And we both clearing our throat. I'm just dry. I might have to step away and
I have
get.
my Starbucks cup here full of water. We're gonna make it through. This is what you know what we in the Midwest, y'all. So this is what it's like when you're in the Midwest.
It is cold. It is cold here.
In Jeremy. Um, so we talk about shifting your mindset, and I like to give you an example of like how this happens with me. I talk about like work stuff because I feel like in your personal life you can kind of like pull yourself out the trenches, but specifically when you're having mindset issues in business or at work, it's a little bit harder to manage. So I shared this before, I'll share this again, but I'll give you like a real-time example. So I work in government contracting. Most of what I do is helping businesses generate their revenue, increase revenue, right? So if you're at 6 figures, trying to scale a 7, then I'm your girl, right? Like working with me, the advantage is that I've helped build lots of $1 million businesses. This is my zone of genius. But I think what happens and what they all have in common is that like when you become stagnant, so many things creep in: fear, imposter syndrome, scarcity mindset, because you're like, I'm making 6 figures. Maybe this is it for me. Or I know I deserve better, but I keep trying different things and they won't happen for me. So one of the things I work on with my clients is proving to them that these things are possible. So I think the first step is that like if you allow your fears to control you, then they'll become your reality, right? Like if you're afraid you're going to lose your job, you go to work every day and that's all you think about, you might lose your job behind that, right? Because all you're thinking about is how you're disposable. So that mindset shows up in your actions. So what that means is that like you're not working as hard, you're frustrated, you're slacking, you're nervous, so you're making unnecessary mistakes. So your work product tends to go in the other direction. Like what you think, it literally becomes your reality. So if you tell yourself every day, I'm the best employee, I'm the best at what I have to do, and you create alignment with that, eventually you'll have everything that you think you deserve to have. And the things that you have now are reflective of how you feel about yourself, right, Dr. Jackie?
Absolutely. And what you want to do is you want to go from a fixed mindset to a believing that abilities, are capable. You have everything that you need to succeed. You have to start thinking, whether you do at this particular moment or not. You have to start telling yourself. That's why affirmations can really make a difference in your life. And my cousin is on, Alexandra Hayes, sweetheart, from New Jersey, and April is on, and Julia. Thank you so much. Share the broadcast, please. And please do not post your businesses. This is not an advertisement site. What we're trying to do is help you. And we do have some good news at the end of the broadcast that we're going to share with you. For those of you who have businesses, that we have some exciting news to share with you. But it's all about, like Chanel said, what are you thinking about? If you are thinking that, I'm not going to ever make 6 figures, I'm not even going to make, $50,000 or whatever it is that you're telling yourself in your mind, then you're right. It has a psychological effect on you. And so you start not really putting everything into what you want and start focusing on the negative part. I just can't do it. I'm gonna give you an example. I had surgery recently, and I had a knee replacement. A lot of people don't know that. And so I have a therapist who I absolutely love. But when I go to therapy, he pushes me to the limit. And he'll say, okay, so today I want you to do 20 of these. And I'll be like, I can't do that. He said, you are over empowering women and you're telling me you can't do this? He throws it back in my face. And I stopped saying that because I'm like, yeah, he'll be like, can you do 25 stand on one leg, the one leg that you had on surgery? I was like, no. He said, yes. So I really did have to shift that. And guess what? I got released from therapy this Monday. My doctor released me because I made such progress. So it really is in a mindset. It matters. It matters what you put in your head. It does. And so I encourage you to start shifting as of today. And thank you so much, Michelle. She said this is her first time. I love BW. We love you back. You know, my favorite saying is I love you. Nothing you can do about it. Go ahead and chime in on that.
Thank you. So I think about what you said when it comes to, pushing yourself, stretching yourself, and leading by example. And I think that sometimes we do need a reminder that, when you're a leader all the time, right? You're not a leader when it's easy. You're not a leader just when you're in front of people. Sometimes most of the time the leadership is built with how you treat yourself and when people cannot see you, right? So, if you are a leader in your church and you doing things that are not of God, right? You create conflict, and then you'll start to notice that people who follow you are experiencing those same those conflicts. So you're attracting what you give out, and you only give out what you think. So if you don't believe in you, if you don't stand up and say, "Hey, work with me," if you don't stand up and say, "I want a better job, I deserve a promotion," if you don't think that and then put the action behind it, because what is it? Faith without works is dead.
Yeah.
Right. And so I think that when it comes to mindset, I know that when it comes to mindset, there's some things that you can practice to help improve your life today, right? And for me, I talk a lot about sorry, y'all, goodness. I talk a lot about money mindset because women tend to make less money, right? Like minority women make anywhere from 60 to 78 cents on the white male dollar, right? And so when I think about some small ways that we can make a big impact, here's some things I've been seeing right now, right? So one of the things that I've seen is that people are well, circle back with me at the top of the year. If for 10 years you stop working right before Thanksgiving, or you check out right before Thanksgiving, right? And you don't check back in until the first week of the year, that's 45, let's call it 45 days, right? But after 10 years, you've spent a year and almost a quarter not working. If you work for 30 years, you forfeit 3.5 years of productivity, of change, of growth, of financial gain. It is an enormous amount of value that you are leaving on the table if you tell yourself, I'll circle back at the top of the year. Why? And then what happens? Why haven't we learned our lesson when it comes to mindset? People are like, oh, at the top of the year, I'm going to go on a diet. I'm going to start looking at schools. I'm going to start saving. Today is a really good day to start that diet. There is no need for lag time. If you decide you want to do something now, we are not in a delayed gratification environment. That's just not how our brain works. We don't like delayed gratification. And if you wait to the top of the year, so many things creep in. Prices go up. Your situation may change. You decide the person doesn't want to work with you. All these things can happen. Maybe you don't have a good Christmas. There's all these environmental factors that will take over. And the first one is, now is the time to act. If you want to shift your mind, now is the time to act. Even if you're just looking for somebody to follow or setting up a meeting with someone to ask some questions. If you're looking for a new job, we talk about mindset. If you hate your job, stop telling people you hate your job. Instead, say, I'm really good at my job. I'm looking for a promotion, right? I'm good at my job. I'm ready for a promotion. And maybe there's some stagnation in your business and you can't find clients. Instead of saying, I can't find no clients, nobody wants to work with me, tell yourself, I'm going to attract 5 clients, 5 paid in full clients, or whatever you need to do to create fulfillment in your life. But as long as you're focused on the negative, you'll bring negative. You're concerned about being broke. You know what's going to happen? Everybody around you is going to be broke, or they're not going to work with you. So the first thing, I got 3, I'll talk faster. The first one is, just really leaning into and focusing on positive mindset and knowing that you're the best at what you do and not waiting. The second one is clear the noise. If your mom doesn't believe in you, stop telling your mom your business. If your husband don't believe in you, stop telling your husband your business. If your best friend, every time you sell, listen, I had a best friend, I'll never forget. I'm single, so I was dating. And I date multiple men at a time. And when I say date, I mean go out, hang out with, get to know, right? And so she is somebody who stays in a relationship to say she's in a relationship. And so I went on 2 dates in one day, right? One like a lunch and then one for dinner. And she was like, you going on all them dates? And she was just so critical. But it was if I keep dating one person at a time, right, it doesn't work out. The time I spent, I've given it to this one person, and it's too much pressure on one person. So I just want to date until I find somebody that I do want to give all my attention to. And until then, I'm okay, right? And I think that really negatively impacted me because she was so critical and she would always make jokes. And I started to realize that first of all, the jokes weren't funny. And I think that she meant what she said, but she just LOL'd it to soften the blow, right? And so don't be around nobody who don't want to see you with a good man or a good woman or a good partner. Don't be around anybody, your mother, your father, your brother, your sister, your cousin, your child, who doesn't believe in your ability to have what you want. Right. So the second thing is changing your
Absolutely.
environment, right?
Hmm.
Have some
Yeah.
discernment. Like maybe that's your friend, but you don't talk about money stuff with that friend because they got a broke mindset, right? Or maybe you don't talk to it about your relationship with your mom because or your dad because they're mean, right? Like those are two things I feel like people don't do enough. The first one is like changing how they think about themselves. The second one is if you're not being successful, change your environment. And like the third one is have some discernment, right, Dr. Jackie?
Absolutely. And so just to piggyback on that, I tell you all the time, I make no qualms about saying that I actually had to leave the state I was in to clear my mind. I had to move to Indiana because it was a lot of toxic people. It's not coming out the way I want. A lot of toxic people that were there and trying to pour, negativity into me. And I really like peace. I have got to have peace in my life. I thrive on peace. And so, yeah, I uprooted my whole life and moved to Fort Wayne. And someone said they were from Fort Wayne. Nobody moves to Fort Wayne. Um, if I can just be real with you. But I'm gonna tell you what, it's been a blessing to me. And I took some notes. So I just want to share some things. So you want to go from negative to positive thinking, shifting your focus from what can go wrong to what can go right. So many things can happen. If you don't do it, nothing's gonna happen. But if you continuously thrive and strive to make it to where you are, something's going to happen. It's just like working in a call center, and I've worked in plenty of them. If you're doing collections, which I have done, I have a portfolio of 300 people that I need to touch in a day. Out of 300 people, I'm going to get a lot of no's, but guess what? I'm going to get a lot of yeses too. And that's the mindset you have to have. I went into that job, never collected anything in my entire life at Bank of America. And I went right to the top of the collectors. And I'm talking about in months because I had made up my mind that if anyone else can do it, guess what? So can I. What makes me any different than them? I'm smart. I know how to do it. And so when you start thinking like that, everything changes. Everything changes. So let me just say, so you also want to cultivate an optimistic outlook on challenges and opportunities. Now that's a mouthful right there. Look for opportunities in negative situations. You never know. God works in very mysterious ways. Sometimes he's taken us through a trial and a tribulation to see if we can go to the next level. If you fail there, then how is he going to enlarge your territory? You're asking God, enlarge my territory. You can't even handle the territory you got there. You have to shift your mindset into being I am successful. I am an overachiever. I am great. Everything I do succeeds. All of that, you have to do that on a regular basis, not just, a day. And then
Yeah.
when you have a bad day, here you slump back into, oh, woe is me. I mean, I have friends and family members that do that. I can't stand, I really hate the victim mentality because you know what? If you're a Christian, you are victorious. You're victorious. You're not a victim. And stop playing the victim card. There's enough at the top for all of us. I can promise you there is. Go ahead, Chanel.
And I think you hit the nail on the head when you said like you really have to, and maybe I'm saying it a little bit differently, but you got to invest in your own magic, right? Like, just like how we come together here and we talk about Christian women leveling up, and we've created a community for you all to come together, fellowship, learn, grow, foster, really, really great opportunities for yourself. I think it's important that when you leveling up your mindset, you insulate yourself from negativity, and you have to invest in it, right? And financially, but also like time wise. I'll give you a good example. I've lost over 130 pounds. Okay. And I didn't do like a fad diet. I didn't get surgery. I did it on my own. And I tried one weight loss thing and it did not work for me at all. So every pound I've lost has been me working out, right? And doing a good job of taking care of myself. And so my investment for myself is that I work out. Okay. And sometimes I try to do 30 minutes a day, but at minimum, I'm doing 20 minutes. And I know you have all these environmental, sociological things that make you feel like you can't work out. But here's the truth. Work out while you can, because it becomes increasingly harder as you get older to create that movement in your body. And so
Tell me
it's not
about
impossible, right? It's not impossible. It just takes longer to get the results, right? So one of the things that I do is I eat healthy. So even if I don't work out, I eat healthy. I choose myself all the time. So maybe if I'm like working with clients all day and I'm tired, and like on days like today where I don't feel the best and I'm really like championing myself through this process, one of the things that I do really well is that I eat healthy. So prior to this call, I made myself literally the equivalent of an omelet with a bunch of vegetables in it, sat down and ate it before this call because I was like, I don't want to be hungry. I was like, oh, I could just wait. And it was like, feed yourself. You have every right to feed yourself. Put your mask on first and be very deliberate with your actions. And so every day I invest in my health by working out and eating healthy. And that same thing is true for brain work, right? Mindset work. You talked about affirmations, and I would like to push it a step further. No matter how many times you say I am wealthy, that's not going to attract money to you. You know what attracts money to you if you say I am wealthy? You like me and Dr. Jackie, we're always talking about ways to improve our quality of life and like different programs, different events, and like laying the foundation for that. And so even within my own business, when I have my own live later and I'm talking to people about government contracting, I go into it with the mindset of like, I'm an investment, you should invest in me. And so you see that investment coming to fruition by how I treat you and how I work with you. So like if you work with Dr. Jackie, she has her PhD, she's very intelligent. She knows so much about social media and growing your social media and how to advertise to different clients, right? And if Dr. Jackie never told you that she had 3 million, more than that, followers across social media platforms, you would not need to know that. You would buy in because she would tell you, you got to post so many times a day. Your posts need to be colorful. Your captions need to be engaging. And she would give you different examples of things that she knows works really well. And then you'd be like, well, you have how many followers, right? That would be your buy-in. But even if she only had 100,000 followers, you'd do business with her. You'd want to advertise with her network because she knows what she's talking about, right?
absolutely. And really it so what you really need to do is go from scarcity to abundances. You know what? That's so a lot of people take the fact that maybe they grew up poor or in the projects and what, and they take that mindset all the way through life, but where you started doesn't have to be where you end up. It's a mind shift, a mindset shift. Because my mother was on welfare, that doesn't mean that I'm going to be on welfare. I'm going to do better for myself. That's the way you have to think. And you have to recognize, that you have to take responsibility for your actions and outcomes. Nobody's going to do it. It's you. And investing in yourself, investing financially, spiritually, emotionally, that's what Christian Women Level Up is about. And so we have launched this movement. If you see it going across the screen, see the website, go on over to blackwomenempowered.org and click on I Want More in 2024, because we have some amazing things coming up. We're going to be doing live concerts, live events, virtual events. We have people that are going to teach you how to grow your podcast. A lot of you have a podcast and ain't nobody listening to it. Maybe you and one other person. You're not making any money. People are making millions. When I say millions off the podcast, they really are. And so we have a woman that's gonna teach you how to, as a Christian woman, she teaches Christian woman how to get unstuck. And I mean, there's so many. We have a Grant, of course. We have Chanel, who does government contracts. We have Linda Gray, who's going to teach you how to start a nonprofit if you have a nonprofit. I mean, we have so much. I can't even go into it. Someone that's going to teach career shift. These are things that you need. But like I said, go ahead and click on I Want More in 2024. You also can send us a message on what are some of the areas that you want to grow in. Because with 3 million followers, we have somebody for every situation. I mean, there's no reason why you shouldn't be able to move forward. So make sure that you go ahead and click on the website and click on I Want More in 2024. Are there any local meetups? We are working on local events. BWE has typically been an online platform, and we've been that for 12 years now. And we have had offline events in Greensboro when I was in North Carolina. But you know, we're so broad. Believe it or not, we have 40,000 women that follow us in South Africa. We're in Uganda, St. Thomas, Kenya. We can't be everywhere. So that's why technology has made it easier to reach people where they are. But we are going to have some of our major cities, Atlanta. We're looking at Texas, some of the bigger cities, possibly California, we'll be going to. But depending on how it goes, we may do a citywide, go to, different city in every state. But we need your help. And we can't do this without you. You have to let us know this is what you want. Yes, Crystal, go ahead and click on the website and click on I Want More in 2024. So the other thing is understanding that you have the power to make choices and create positive change. What about creating your own positive change? Just because things have happened bad, you can create your own positivity. You can wake up in the morning. I'm be honest with you. I woke up with a really bad day today. And I could have just said, I am not getting on this live because my day was really jacked up from the start. I could have said that. But you know what I said? Nope. I am going forward and with a positive attitude. I'm going to go on here and empower these beautiful queens to let them know that just because you started off on a bad foot, you don't have to end up on a bad foot. It's a mindset shift.
Yeah. So I've been looking at the comments. That's what I've been over here doing. And Aretha Forrester said, it's important to know you have to work twice as hard, unfortunately. Aretha, boundaries. If you are in any situation where you feel like you have to be performative, you feel like you have to work twice as hard to get half, boundaries. Boundaries are super important. I have never been rewarded for overworking. Never. There's never been any situation where I've done too much and somebody was grateful, thankful, appreciative. They paid me more. They let me get off work early. All that told them is that I can handle that much. And so they tried to figure out what more I can handle.
Absolutely.
So if you're in a predicament where you feel
girl, you telling the absolute truth. Keep
listen,
going.
if you feel like you got to work twice as hard, listen, cut it in half. Do your part. And sometimes let me share something with you. And this may ruffle some feathers, but nobody wants you to overwork. It's overwhelming for them. It makes them uncomfortable. And so when you're doing too much, you do it too much. And let's just use relationships, for example, right? If you are constantly doting over someone, you're smothering them. Step back, right? Let them come to you. Let people breathe, right? Because if you're constantly pouring on, it's like if you pour in a cup and it overflows, it gets everywhere. Right now, you're staining things and people are slipping and falling and you're creating chaos. Stop overdoing it. Nobody wants that. You tired, and when you tired, it's sloppy, right? It's not done properly. And then you're making other people uneasy because then they feel like they have to overshow up. And so nobody's showing up authentically as themselves. Nobody feels like they can be themselves around you because you're always doing everything, showing up, doing twice as much. It creates a negative sense of being for you and everybody around you. So don't show up, don't smother, right? Do your part and do what you do really well, right? It's like that whole concept. And I think the personality that feels like they have to work twice as hard, it's not an Aretha thing. This is a reformed overdoer. I used to be an overachiever all the time. You asking me for 10 or something, I'll give you 20 just to show you I could, right? But the problem is that next time they're going to ask for 25, but 20 was a stretch. So now I have to show up and get them 25 when they really only need 10. I'm exhausted. I'm not doing my part in the relationship if I'm trying to do your part and my part too. And so you're causing failure. I know, Dr. Jackie, 1 second. You're causing failure in your life because if you're overdoing it over here, then everything else, right, is in a state of lack, right? So like you need to create symmetry in your life, and how you can create symmetry, right, making things even, is boundaries. Start with no. If yes is your favorite word, just start with no. It helps.
Crystal says that it's not letting her click. There's more ways to get to it. You can just go click on contact me. I don't know if your cookies are blocked. Technology is kind of crazy. But even if it's not letting you click, if you go, it's the hyperlink is there when it says click on I want more in 2024. So you can click on the hyperlink as well. I don't know why it always works for me, but it technology is can be fun. So let me just say, recognize the value of working together to achieve common goals. I cannot emphasize this enough. We like to do stuff by ourselves. We think I am all of that and I can get everything done and I don't need anybody's help. I don't need to collaborate. I don't need this. I don't need that. That is a lie from hell. You do. You need your sisters. You need people around you, because I say this all the time. I can't do what you do. You can't do what I do. Yeah. But together we can do a lot. Go from past, future to present moment. That's a big one. You see what I'm saying? Yeah. Letting go of excess and focus on past mistakes or future uncertainties. You cannot continue to relive what didn't happen, what went wrong, because you will never be able to move forward. You need to embrace the idea of continuous growth and self-discovery. There's always something new. I say I wake up every day with expectations of learning something new. Now, I'm not going to say every day I do, but that's my expectation. My expectation is I'm going to grow in just a little bit more than I was yesterday. That's how you have to shift your mindset. You're going to get better every day. I learn a lot. And you know what? Age doesn't matter. I'm 66. I forget how old Chanel is. But the point is, I learn a lot from her. She's younger than my children, at least one of them. And so I know that there's a lot that I can learn from her, because she is wise beyond her years, really is. And you can tell from the conversation that she is. I don't look at, oh yeah, well, she don't know nothing. And the older women, I'm not lying, the older women, she don't know nothing. She's only 20-something. Yeah. She can't tell me nothing. That's a pitiful, poor mindset, because you can learn from everybody.
You're right. You can learn from everybody, and you should try to figure out. So I send out these messages, right? And I like to talk about business, as you guys know. And so when I reach out to people, I think about, how can I put this? I think about how I can add value in every situation I'm in. And sometimes the value is just knowing the person. Sometimes the value is a lesson. Sometimes the value is access, right? And so when I send out messages, they always say something along the lines of, I'd love to know more about your business so that I can see if I could possibly refer people to you, or there's synergy for us to do business together, right? Because automatically what that does is it disarms people from feeling like all you want to do is sell to them. On the flip side, you just want to take, right? I'm a relationship girl. I am. Oh my goodness. I'm a relationship girl. And so I want to give as much as I take, right? I want it to be, remember, symmetry. And so when I think about like even talking to you guys, and I come on here, Dr. Jackie and I say, make sure you stay connected with me. If you're not following me, make sure you follow me. If you're interested in government contracts, make sure you send me a message. Make sure you get on the email list. Like we give you all these instructions, and it all goes back to the same thing, is that in my mindset, right? I think let's just say there's thousands of you who are watching us across platforms, thousands, okay? Somebody out here needs my help. Somebody out here needs to work with Dr. Jackie to learn about social media, advertise with us, make sure that they are in the room. Somebody out here needs that help. Somebody out here needs to be working with me to get government contracts, right? And somebody out here needs to be working with us to help them improve their quality of life. You are here because you need to level up. And so the same way that like we show up and we present to you, we do this because we understand that like our purpose is bigger than ourselves. Dr. Jackie, like she said, she's over 50. She's paid her dues. Her children are grown. She has wonderful grandchildren. She walked away from this today. She's done more than most people ever will in 2 lifetimes. But here she sits, showing up for us, ready to share her wisdom and her value and add it to your life. She's willing to exchange what she knows to help you be better in your life through mindset, right? We've talked about leveling up financially. We've talked about leveling up mentally. We show up. We're accountable to what we feel like you deserve. And so the reason why we show up is not just because we have these great products. I mean, we do, they're excellent, but it's bigger than that. I think our synergy is that we understand that as not just leaders, but women who have been called to share their gifts, because not everybody's called to share their gifts the way we share them publicly on these large platforms. Not everybody's called to do that, right? It is our responsibility as 2 women to make sure that everybody who is here with us knows you need to be connecting. You need to figure out how you collaborate. Let us help you make your life easier. I've been reading through the comments, and you guys are incredible, sharing with me that you've had friends like that, sharing like that Dr. Jackie has just been spot on. Like, don't take for granted that inside of your mindset, you need a team. You need a friend you can call on. Like with Dr. Jackie called me last night. And I want y'all to know I was sick. And so when she called me, I was like, oh God, I can't talk to her. And not because she did anything to me. I was just like, I don't feel well. Like physically, I don't feel well. And I was like, you know what? And I sat there, I was like, Dr. Jackie, I always feel better after I talk to her. And so she don't know this. I was going to call her back anyway. Let's be very clear. But I called her back. Literally, I was in the middle of doing something. I was struggling through working. And I called her back because I was like, I know I'm going to feel better after this conversation. I don't know what she calling me about. But I know my life is going to be better because of it. And we talked for 5 minutes, not about me being sick, because she didn't know until today that I was sick, right? We had a very simple, regular conversation for she and I. And what she doesn't know is that when we got off the phone, I did feel better. And I was able to finish what I was doing. Because when you have a community like the one we're creating of people who show up, right? They show up because, not in spite of, they show up because they know they deserve better. They show up because they invest in themselves. They show up because they know that their purpose is bigger, right? They show up because they know that the next thing is better than what they have. That's what we have created here. That's what the mindset shift is. That's why you're joining our community. And I'll make sure I drop the link in the comments. Like, you're thinking about how you're going to level up. If you feel stuck, change the people around you. Like, give yourself 30 days of focus. Don't talk to your best friend. Say no to outings. Only do 2 things. What makes you feel good and what helps you get further. And I promise you, after that 30-day detox, that people detox, it'll change your life. And I'm going to say one more thing. And I know Dr. Jackie got something very insightful. So I do this thing once a year. Okay. And I sit down and I write down everything that I'm currently doing. Okay. That's friendships, that's dating, that's business, whatever. That's workouts, that's food. And I have this Excel spreadsheet and I put it all in the Excel spreadsheet. And you can write it down, whatever makes you happy. And I go through and I say to myself, does this make me feel good? Does it make me feel bad? Right? And things that make me feel bad, I get rid of. That's people, that's foods, that's all type of stuff. Like whatever it is that doesn't make me feel good, I've assumed responsibility for knowing how I feel about it, and I let it go, right? Like that is the power of leveling up. That is the power of mindset, is deciding that you're okay with going without certain things And then that'll create space for something new and better. Right, Dr. Jackie?
That is absolutely correct. And I did not know that you weren't well, but I feel the same way about Chanel. When we talk, she gives off such good energy. Whether she's busy or not, we feed off each other's energy, and we need that. But I do want to. I was trying to hold on to a comment that someone said that kind of didn't quite set well with me. They said, you give it to God and he'll do the rest. And that is the lie too. God ain't going to do nothing if you ain't doing nothing. He will work on your behalf, but you're not going to sit there and just wait on him to think it's going to fall in your lap. A lot of people say that, and that some of the churches have been saying that for years. Turn around 30 times and you're going to get $1 million. I mean, I grew up in a church. My grandfather was a pastor in the Church of God in Christ for 70 years. So I know pretty much everything there is to know about the church. But you cannot just sit back and wait on God. So I had to address that. I did put up a comment from our executive director of nonprofits for BWE, Linda Gray. She says, being 71 years old, I'm living my best life with a like-minded Black woman, and she's an amazing woman. She is totally amazing. But we have amazing women that we're going to bring to you. But if you don't shift your mindset and catch this movement, you're going to miss it. You're going to miss your blessing. I promise you. It takes nothing for you to go to blackwomenempowered.org, which is going across the screen, and click on I Want More in 2024 to get involved. Catch the movement while you can.
Yeah.
Wait a minute. One other thing I wanted to say before what time is it? Okay, y'all know I have to be watching The Young and Restless. So embracing the idea of continuous growth and self-discovery is what I said. So go from avoidance of challenges to embracing challenges, seeing challenges as opportunity for professional and personal development, developing resilience and perseverance in the face of difficulties, relying less on external validation for self-worth. That's a biggie, 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 biggie. If you're waiting for people to pat you on your back and tell you you're doing a good job, you can pretty much forget it. Pat your own self on the back and tell yourself, I'm doing a good job. I don't care what anybody else thinks. That's what I do. And it's not arrogance. It's not being conceited. You have to build yourself up. You can't wait for everybody to, and you might get some pats, but the majority of people, they sitting back trying to see what you can do so they can copy it. They're not worried about giving you a compliment, because a lot of people don't even want you to excel. But who cares? Excel anyway. And so build a strong sense of self-internal validation. And remember, mindset shifts take time and practice. Consistently challenging and reframing your thoughts can lead to positive changes in your outlook and behavior over time. It's not going to happen overnight. But if you start today, I promise you, you'll see the difference.
You will. And here's one of the things that I'm practicing, okay? So mindset shifts take time, but I have this thing that I say to myself, and it's so many things going on in my brain all the time that sometimes I have to make sure I say it to people so that it makes sense, because sometimes it's a piece up here, a piece back here, a piece over here. And so piecing it together for you all seamlessly, I would say take massive immediate action. Okay. Create urgency around your desire to live better and level up. I think that practicing delayed gratification is what got you to a place where you feel like you're stuck, stagnant, frustrated, hurt, depressed, angry, all the things, right? None of us are above feeling negative. I want y'all to know, and Dr. Jackie will tell you, I just got done being sick less than a month ago, okay? So I woke up mad, big mad, because I was sick again. And I know part of that, the reason why I'm sick, is because I've been burning the candle at both ends. And I want y'all to know, I know better. Okay. But I was angry. And so then I was like mad. And I was talking to my mother because I work for my mom's house. I talk to Dr. Jackie all the time when I'm driving over here in the morning. My office is in her home. Because during the pandemic, I didn't want to be by myself. So I came over here and I just never left. Right. Anyway, so one of the things that I've been working on is like having an attitude of gratitude. And I was irritated because I don't feel good. You know, when you feel bad, you can really make yourself feel worse. Okay. Because you're like, my nose is stopped up and I'm tired and my voice sounds strange. And I was like caught in my head, right? But then I started saying to myself, you getting on your own nerves, sis. Like you can't get up in front of these people. You get on your own nerves, you're going to get on their nerves. So what can you say to pull yourself out? Right? And because I'm so good with mindset and I'm so good with understanding what I need and listening to myself, I said, okay, you know what, Chanel? Somebody in there is going to need your help. And they will be introduced to you today and you will be able to help those people. That's number one. So be grateful that you have a talent and a gift to help somebody improve their life. The second thing is you walking, you talking, you got good eyesight, right? These are things that everybody don't have, right? The audacity of me to be so arrogant about a cold that I have shamed my whole life and all the good and having an absence of an attitude of gratitude because I got a cold. The truth is, if this don't get better, I'm going to the doctor tomorrow. I'm going to get some medication and move right along, right? I can improve my quality of life. And so I pull myself out by start thinking about, in spite of the fact that I don't feel good, what can I do? I can show up with Dr. Jackie. If y'all can't tell, I really like Dr. Jackie. Like I enjoy her as a person. Even if we weren't doing business together, I just like her as a person. So I showed up here because she was like, why didn't we cancel? And I guess I didn't really give her an answer, but I was like, I like you. Like I like to hang out. And I like y'all. Right? Like I like y'all. I show up here every week and y'all hold our feet to the fire, right? Because y'all force us to confront our own issues sometimes. And I know that like we're creating this giant community of people that we can share with you. It's millions of you guys, right? And Dr. Jackie is kind enough to share this because she don't have to do this. She don't, right? But God told her that she should do it, and she's an obedient servant, right? And her hands are blessed because they do work. And her faith is a verb. It's an action word. She shows her faith in action by being present for us. And so I just don't take it for granted, you know, as somebody who even today was just being a brat. Okay. I was just being a brat. That's it. I got over myself. And now, like, do I physically feel better? I do. You know why? Because I said to myself, I can walk, I can talk, I can breathe through my mouth. I can go for a walk if I need to try to clear it. Like I got options. And the problem is that we don't think about the options that we have to make our life better. Right, Dr. Jackie?
Absolutely. And we don't think about, like you said, something very crucial. You can walk and you can talk. I used to work in assisted living. I was a office manager for one of the larger assisted livings in Greensboro, North Carolina. And I got to see people coming. I'm not talking about just old people, young people coming there who can't walk. They have dementia. They don't even know who their family members are. Your situation, I'm saying this to say your situation can always be worse. So you need to look on the side where, okay, I may not be where I want to be today, but I'm going to get there because there are some people who will never get there because of health reasons, a whole bunch of things. You have everything you need right in front of you right now. And so the reason I called Chanel last night because I have a great opportunity. We have a great opportunity for you. And so Chanel, go ahead and put it out there. I could do it, but I'm going to let you do it.
Well. We have reached the best part of the day. I've been waiting. I don't know why we have to wait to the end. And I'm a patient person. So here's the deal, y'all. We've been thinking about how we can level this up in a very meaningful, crucial, impactful, powerful, wonderful, hands-on, direct access, unlimited potential way. And so we floated around a couple of ideas, but we're excited to let you know that for the first time in its 12 years, there will be opportunities for you to place your business in front of thousands of people. Millions. Sorry. You give me every time. You know what it is? I only have thousands and you have millions. My bad. In front of me. She told me, don't say thousands. you're right, in front of millions of people. Okay, you will be able to now get access to the platforms through several different ways. If you want to advertise directly, like how we are live here today, you will get access to do live access, and it will remain here. Some of the things you can look forward to is you can post here directly in Black Women Empowered. You will also be allowed
Wait. Let me back that up. You will not be able, you can share it with us and we will post it. I don't want to give them. Yes,
correct.
Clear.
We will talk about your business here. We will start to create, since like we've created the community, right? Like you guys hopefully have clicked the link. If you're not, please click the link. Do not miss out. Okay. We will be sharing you with our community in a email and posting capacity, but also right here on our weekly lives. There's more than one. We will be sharing about how you and your business and your expertise can positively impact this community. So you'll get access to the millions, more than 3 million people across platforms who can use your expertise, who you are looking for more clients in your business. We got them, right? You're looking for an opportunity to connect with other women, join the community. You're looking to raise your brand awareness in a meaningful way. You should be asking for more information about how you can get your business in front of all of the platforms.
Absolutely. And so in case you didn't know, some of you, I don't know, we want to say shout out to all of our New York, New Jersey Facebook page, Atlanta. We're live on. We're on Black Girls Empowered. We're on LinkedIn. We're on YouTube. I believe we are also on Twitter. And we're on the Facebook group on Black Women Empowered, which has 230 something thousand followers. So we're everywhere. So let know the link. No, okay. You go to the website. It's scrolling across the screen. Go to blackwomenempowered.org, and you can't miss it. And click on I Want More in 2024. So, but the thing is, yeah, this has never been done. We have never allowed you to level up on our platform. This is something that God gave me the vision. And it's going to be like in a month, it's going to be a limited amount of, because we can't take it. We got 3 million followers. We can't take everybody's request. So it's going to be a first come, first serve. And let me just be clear. It's going to be depending on what you're selling. We are a Christian women's network. We ain't doing no crazy stuff. I ain't even gonna put nothing out there. But if you got a business that doesn't fall in line with what our beliefs are, you will already just don't even bother, because it will be banned. But it's our opportunity to help you level up, and you have to take the first step. You have to let us know that you want our assistance in getting your business in front of. We have 200 and 50,000 on LinkedIn, 100,000 on Pinterest, 3 million on Facebook, 75,000 on Instagram, 15,000 on TikTok. And that's just, I mean, that's a blessing from God. It's not something I have worked at it, and my team have worked at it over the years. But you tell me, there's celebrities that don't have that many followers. I see them. I know them. They don't. So to me, God just gave us this blessing. And I believe he blesses to be a blessing. He blesses us to be a blessing to others. So it's up to you what you want to do it. You can sit back, and you don't have to go to blackwomenempowered.org and click on I Want More in 24 and tell us what your area is, and actually sign up to get your business. And if you're writing a book, can you imagine? And I had, now one thing I have done, I've had clients that have had me promote their books, and their books sold. If you got a book, there's so much that you can do with Black Women Empowered. I Want More in 2024. So I'm not going to beat a dead horse. We put it out there. What you do with it is up to you. But if you want to go forward, you need to be part of this movement. blackwomenempowered.org. Click on I Want More in 2024. I see we got a few minutes. Close us out, lady.
Well, I'm going to push back and say, this is for you if, okay, you have a business and you are feeling stagnant and you're looking for a waiting in front of a new audience without having to yourself post 50, 60 times, If you feel like you've been trying to get other clients and perhaps maybe you feel like you begging or you're just not very good with sales and marketing. Okay, let's be very clear. Okay, being a business owner, a lawyer, an attorney, a real estate agent, a doctor, architect, engineer, customer service rep. You go to school for all those things. None of those things come with a business education. So if you are serious about leveling up your business and making life easier for you in 2023, because we starting now in 2023 into 2024, this is your sign. This is your sign. Y'all always looking for signs from the Lord. Okay. God put you in this room, placed you with the opportunity to get on this platform with over 3 million people across all social media. This is your sign to take action. This is your sign to do good work. This is your sign to say yes to investing in your business. Now, you don't have to wait till 2024 to level up. Today is the day, right? My official thing, I say this every time. If you're not following me here, make sure you are following me here. That's super important. Okay. I drop gems all the time. If you're not following Dr. Jackie here, make sure you're following Dr. Jackie. And of course, if you're not a part of Black Women Empowered on all social media platforms, make sure you give us a follow. Keep in touch, right? Like a lot of you guys have said you have questions, message us. Because the more you tell us what you need, the more we give you what you need. You guys are talking about mindset. We're here dropping mindset gems, right? We are all praying for you. We wish you the very best. And, we look forward to seeing you next week. Dr. Jackie, I know we only have 1 minute, so I will clear the floor.
This has been great. I want to thank everyone that came on. I hope that you feel completely empowered more than you've ever felt in your life, because that is what God has gifted me, to encourage and empower women. And I've been doing it for years. My PhD is in the philosophy of Christian counseling. My master's is in Christian counseling. This is what I do. And like I tell people, I didn't have to go back to school to get a PhD. I was already retired when I got my PhD. I did it because I still want to level up. I'm not done. As long as I'm on this side, there's still work for me to do. So just know that this is your time. This is your season. You go to blackwomenempowered.org. And as a matter of fact, down the bottom, if you don't believe us, you can follow us on all of our social media pages. It's down the bottom of the page, and you can see for yourself that we're not making this up. We're not blowing smoke. You won't get all 3 million on that big page. You'll see 2 million on the Black Women Empowered Incorporated. But if you go on Facebook and type Black Women Empowered, and there are some imitators, so I'm just going to be real. All of them have that blue picture with the lady looking up that says Christian Women Level Up. If you don't see that, that's not us. So you can follow all of our pages. You can go in that big group that has 223 whatever thousand followers, and we've got Chicago. I don't even know if Chanel knew we had Black Women Empowered Chicago. We got Black Women Empowered Group Chicago. We've got Atlanta. We've got Michigan. We've got Latina Women Empowered. We've got, I'm trying to think what else, Uganda, St. Thomas, Kenya. We have Black Women Empowered South Africa. We have Black Women Empowered Young Women. And that seems to be a lot of people from different countries. But we're everywhere. So don't miss your blessing. Go ahead and go over to blackwomenempowered.org, and it's going to stay pinned up there. So if you miss it, share it. Don't let someone miss their blessing because they didn't know about this. You're going to help us help other women by sharing the broadcast. As always, I love you. There's nothing you can do about it. Chanel, you know I love you, darling. I appreciate you. I appreciate your wisdom. I appreciate what you do for government contracts. I appreciate your marketing and sales and everything that you have accomplished in your young years of living. And you inspire me. You really do. You inspire me to keep on going. Chanel, go ahead and type your something, how to reach you in the box. Type it before we log off.
What do I do that?
You've been commenting, don't you? Well, what is it? Let me.
Oh, here it is. Hold on. Here I am.
Lord have mercy.
Sorry. So, okay. So I'll have to show you what my screen looks like. But I'm commenting on people.
Just tell me what it is. I can do
Oh, hello, Chanel Rose. So people are looking for me here. If you're on LinkedIn, it's Chanel CHA.
Wait a minute. Hello at sign.
Yeah, at hello. I'll put it in our private chat right here, so you can just copy it.
Well, do that because I ain't all down with the private chat though. Let me see if I see. Okay, there it goes.
Yes. So while she's doing it's at the at sign hello HELLO Chanel CHANEL Rose ROSE. I am Chanel. If you type in Chanel Rose, pretty much any platform I'll come up. But on social media, for the most part, I'm hello Chanel Rose.
I just typed it in. I think.
Okay.
Maybe I didn't. I don't know. I don't know if I did or didn't.
Well, hopefully I got it. Hello HELLO Chanel CHANEL.
I just look. It's popping up now. You see it?
Nope. I trust you though. Rose ROSE.
It's there.
I believe you. I can't see it though. That's okay. I fully trust you. So that's how you found me. If you're on LinkedIn, connect with me, follow me, send me a message. I always respond. Pretty much any social media platform. LinkedIn is the fastest, followed by Instagram. I'm slowest on Facebook, but I'm there. And with Dr. Jackie, she everywhere, y'all. She fast. She responds to everything so quickly. I'm like, how? How are you able to do this? It's like magic.
I'm retired.
Fair. I am not.
All right, guys. I got 30 minutes before the actually less than 30 minutes before the Young and the Restless. Y'all know I'm a Young and the Restless. I got to go see what Victor's doing. But anyway, all right, we'll be back next week with a new topic. Don't forget to let us know what areas you want to level up. We are working with you. And who says that? Crystal says she loves being here. We love having you too. Thank you so much. Wait a minute. Okay, so what would you suggest business for PhD over psychology? I'm not really sure what that question is.
What was the question?
So what would you suggest business for PhD over psychology say? I don't know what that means. I have no clue. But if you want to send me an email through the website, you can and clarify because I really don't understand that question. I'd be glad to answer it, but I just don't understand it. All right, we're out. Have a blessed day. We'll see you next week. Bye.